Hello everyone, today I am going to present you automatic PHP REST API generator from MySQL with JWT authentication and Postman collection generation. So this is the tool folder I have, which you will get if you download the tool. In that you will have all the instructions given, and then some samples are also uploaded. So I have a generator tool, so let's open that. Okay, so this is the generator tool. You don't have to install any exe or something. It's just a one-click exe which can help you to generate unlimited REST API in PHP. If you see the interface here, so to generate the REST API, we need what information we need is we need MySQL database detail to connect to your database and then analyze your database to generate the actual PHP code. So let's see where is my database. So I have a sample database running on JAM server localhost on my system, my ESOP. So if you see, I have all the basic related samples table, like products are there, customers are there, cards are there, card details are there. So those basic table of product management and e-com site management table I have. So I want to generate a REST API which will contain these many tables for my end-to-end e-commerce site. So let's see how we can generate a REST API without writing even a single line of code. So I'll go to my application. So here I have localhost which is running locally my system, and then my database name is my ESOP and username is root, password is blank in my system, and I will name this to my ESOP API as the name of the project, which will be a complete. Okay, so now I have to test the connection first. So connection is successful, and if you see in this side of the screen, I have some option which say that skip auth table, means it will hardcode username and password basically. So I don't want to use this. I want to use my table, like I want to use my customer table to generate the authentication, like JWT authentication. So in that I can use email as my username column and password as my password column. So customer table, email and password I am using as a authentication method. Okay, and then here I have option to exclude some table, like if I don't want to generate any API for any particular table, that I can write the comma separated name here, and then that will be excluded from the generation. Okay, so that's all. You don't need anything more on that. So let me generate this. So if I click this generate button, so if you see, the task is completed and all the API, all the tables are passed, and we got the API generated successful message. And this API is generated in the folder my ESOP, in wherever the application is running. So these are the codes generated actually. So you will see which all tables we have. So we have like address, card details, customer, delivery partner, order details. So all the tables APIs are generated, and then you have also generated a Postman import file. Okay, so let's test this if it really works or not. So let me take this API folder to my XAMPP. I am running a XAMPP server here. So this is my localhost XAMPP. So I'll go to that folder, htdocs. So hope you know this is a localhost, how to use localhost. PHP does not require a lot of configuration. You can just install XAMPP or WAMP server and then it should work. So I have pasted my ESOP API here. Okay, so it should work in open in my localhost. So localhost I have 82 / my ESOP API. So this is the folder. So these are the endpoints generated: read one, create, update, delete. So these are the folders generated. Okay, and these are protected with JWT token. So now let's explore the code once. So I'll open this and open this in Visual Studio Code. So here is my code. So you can see, let's start with the token. So I have a token generator. So this include all the JWT configuration required. So what I have selected was customer database with user email and then password. So here you can change MD5 I have written, but you can change whatever encryption and description is required. And based on that, it is generating me a JWT token, and that will be used for each and every call. So how to test this application, how to test the generated code? So I have a Postman here which I can test it because I have already generated a Postman import file here. So let's import these two files. So you can just import, click on import, and then you can select this folder. So I want to import from here, so I can just upload, go to that folder, select both the file. One is environment variable, one is Postman. Open it. Okay, so my ESOP API collection and environment variable. Yeah, and then I have to select the environment first. So if I go to environment variable, I have, so this is the dev server URL, so which is not correct in my case, so I'll just change it to SOP API. So you need to use your, wherever you are hosting, take that base URL and save it here in environment variable, so that it will take automatically from the for the each and every collection. So this is the API automatically generated. So if you see, notice that address is there, order details are there, cards are there. So these all are based on your table. It's not like hard coded or something. It's generated based on your table. Okay, so the environment variable is saved, and first thing is token generator. So I have token generator, so where I need to pass username and password. So what is my username? So let's test here. So I'll go to customer table, and I have username as test@email.com, and then I think password is 123. Okay, so see, this token is generated. You have all the user information, then you have related document related information. So this is my token generation. Now I want to check if this token works or not. So if you see, I have already set the token to the environment. So here my token is already set, whichever is generated token, and then I can go to get all. So just try this and see, I can get the data from the database, address database. And what is the authorization given here? Barrier token with token in from the environment variable. Okay, let's try to create and update some data. So I'll take a small example of product category because need some very basic data. So product category, if I do a get all, I have these many product categories, and I want to add a new product category. So this is the body I need to pass, the name of the product category. So I will say this scientist, send it. Okay, so document is created with document ID as 12. So I can just get by ID. So I can have this get my ID, and 12 is the ID. So if you see, that's 12 number product category ID with name is created. And if I go to my database, I have Nissan test created. Now if I want to edit this, so I have another endpoint update, which will take your data. So I have 12 number product category, and then I want to edit it to edited. So let's test. So updated successful. So let's go to database, and if I see, so Nissan edited. So like that I can just do everything, all the CRUD operation, and then all the search, get by ID, so delete. So let's see for delete. So if I want to delete, what I need to pass? I need to pass this product category ID. So I'll just say this 12, and everything is authenticated. So you are passing the token here in authorization header. So if I send it, so product category was deleted. If I go to product category, so it's deleted, and it will take care of your foreign key and everything. So these all endpoints are based on your database. Any database it should work, and if something is wrong or something is missing, then just report it to me. I will try to fix as soon as possible. So this is one of the part which helps you to generate very quick REST API. Now some additional part I have is, if you want to upload image, so I have given a upload image and upload file to endpoints. So let's assume I want to upload a image from, so let's assume I have this file order.png I want to upload. So this is the file uploaded, and this thing you can use in your database. Like after uploading successful, you can use this to save in your database. And if you want to see the file where it is uploaded, so just go to your server, my files is there, and then upload. So this is the file uploaded. So you can just create your own file upload system and then save this information to the database to render on the screen. Then we have file uploading file, which is like PDF or docs file. If you want to upload, that also can be done here. So that's the thing. And then we have FCM notification system, where like if you want to send a notification or something, then this will be used for sending notification, this endpoint. So to do this, we first need to configure this configuration from Firebase. So we have the notification here. In that we have for FCM notification. So I have this file open here. So you will see that this configuration we have to update here to use the FCM notification. Your server key from FCM Google, you can get that details, and then update it here to start sending notification. Then similar to that, we have a send mail PHP mailer integration file. So if you see that, you can just configure your mail server, your username, password, and then just start sending mail. So these are the email functions which can be called from anywhere. So you just include this send email file and then call this function with 2cc of subject and body, and then it will keep sending the mail easily. So it's very easy for you to directly sending mail or sending notification. For like if you are developing a mobile application, then you have the FCM token and then email sending part ready. Then you have get by all, search, get by ID, add new, update patch is also there. So if you see, there is a update patch, which in this, if I send, like let's assume if I send only few parameter, then it will update only those parameter. It will not update whole database. So that's the beauty of this. It's generated automatically. Another interesting endpoint is search by column. So if I go to search by column, let's take example of product subcategory, and I have search by column here. This is search, and this one is search by column. So this endpoint, what it will do is, it will help you to search inside your table based on some logical condition like or and functionality. Another interesting endpoint is search by column. So if let's go to product category. So if I have search by column here, which will help me to search the entire table based on some logical condition like or and equal to. So here I want to search my table with column name, and okay, so I have product category here. So name, which matches apparel. So like apparel. So here I can just say A, and then okay, so if I am doing a like, I can do this kind of like also. So it is like ending with apparel. So if I click send, it should give me a proper result of apparel. Another interesting endpoint will be based on your foreign key, you can get some data. So here I have get by seller ID. So this seller ID is a foreign key to product. So let's go to product table, and if I see here SQL structure relationship, so I can see that seller ID is a foreign key to this table. So I can see the seller table. I have this many seller. So let's take seller 1 with product as, so we have a product seller 1. So if I want to search all the product, list on all the product based on the seller, so I can just say seller 1, send this record, and then all the product based on that seller will be listed. So this is automatically generated based on the configuration of your table. So if your table have a proper foreign key, you will have a proper endpoint generated automatically. So that's the beauty of this tool. Hope you understood the tool, hope you like this, and it makes actually sense. If it is useful or not, just put a comment and let me know if it is helping you or not. If any bug is there, just reach out to me. I will try to fix as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and thanks for using the tool.